Hey everyone, welcome to Studio SNC. Let's get started in all fours today. So make your way onto your hands and your knees. Hands in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips. Have a look between the legs, just make sure there's a hip width gap between those knees and your feet are disappearing behind the thighs. Spin the inner elbows forward, feel the shoulders start to engage and push into those hands so that your shoulder blades part slightly. Draw your belly button up towards that lower back so you're flattening through the lower spine. And then we're going to add some movement, inhaling through the nose, just send those hips back, and then exhale, come back into that all fours. Adding an arm now, inhale, right arm reaches back with the hips, circle it around, follow the arm with the gaze, the head, and then that right hand meets the floor. Inhale, left arm, reach it back, circling around, following your arm with your head, and the left hand back to the floor. Keep the fingers spread here. So warming up through the hands, the wrists, the hips, the shoulders, the neck. Inhale, left arm reaches back. Breathe out through the mouth. Start to engage those tummy muscles. So we're zipping up and in, finding that Pilates engagement in the lower abdomen. Switching on the core and warming up through the entire body. Last set here. Breathe in, right arm circle and back to the floor. And then the left arm circles and back to the floor. From here, engage the tummy muscles. If you've lost it, push into those hands, draw the belly button up, breathe in, right arm, left leg into a form of swimming, and then lower it down, left arm, right leg. So sending the bicep in line with the ear, a little trick to not lift the leg too high as you direct that little toe down towards the floor or the outer edge of the little toe. So we're moving at a steady pace here, finding length, trying to keep the back still as you engage and work through the shoulder, the hip, and then lengthening through the limbs and the opposite. So right arm, left leg, pressing into the base of the fingers, the little fingers, the base of the thumb, and the thumb itself on the hand that remains on the floor. Notice if you're sending the weight back to the knee that remains on the floor. You want to keep that weight as evenly distributed between the 2 points of balance. Think of lengthening through the arm and the leg at the same time, pulling back with the hip joint or the hip socket and the shoulder socket. So those opposing forces as we extend and bring it back. Okay, right arm, left leg, keep it lifted. We're going to tap the floor with the right little finger, the left toe or the left toes, and then lift up. So exhale, tap, keep the right shoulder away from the ear. Inhale, lift in line with the spine. Exhale, tap, and inhale, lift. So remember that little trick. Left little toe, the outer edge, down towards the floor. That slight inward rotation, stopping the leg from lifting higher than the spine. So your bum cheeks are pretty much in line. Lift up, one more time, and lift up. From here, tuck those left toes under, reach up with that right arm. Send the right arm underneath the left armpit, lower down onto the right shoulder. So send a bit of pressure into that right shoulder joint here and push back with the left hip. Your left elbow's up towards the ceiling, using it for stability. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more deep breath in here. And then we lift all the way back up. Right hand in line with your right shoulder. Left knee comes back into place. Extend the left arm and the right leg. Find length. Right little toe a little bit towards the floor. We bring it down. We lift it up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice if one side feels a little easier than the other. Maybe one shoulder works better. Maybe one hip works better. So lifting and lowering down. Feel the glutes working and lowering back down. So 2 more just like this. And then last one. Okay, from here, tuck the right toes under, push back, reach up with that left arm. Send the left arm in underneath the right armpit, and then put a little bit of pressure on that left shoulder. Keep your right elbow up towards the ceiling, holding here for an upper back stretch on the left side. Send that right heel back. Feel a gentle stretch in the Achilles heel and the calves. Take a deep breath in. And then we return to the start. Okay, hands in line with the shoulders. Knees send them behind the hips. Knees are hip width apart still. Breathing in, reach the hips back. Exhale, we're going to ripple into a half plank. So tuck through the tail, lowering down, positioning your shoulders over your wrists. Adjust if you need to here. Tuck the toes under. Keep that posterior pelvic tilt, or create it if you haven't got it. Tail between the legs, shortening the gap between the ribs and the hips. Breathe in, lift that right knee, push back with the right heel, lower it down. Left knee lifts up, push back with the left heel, and lower it down. Breathing in, right knee, and then we release. The left knee, and release. We're going to add to it. Right knee, release. Left knee, release. Now, half push up. So we bend the elbows, hug them into the rib cage, and then push up strong, spin the inner elbows forward. Right knee lifts, lower it down. Left knee lifts, lower it down. Half push up, elbows hug into the rib cage, and push up nice and strong. One more time, that's it. Lift the knee, lower it down. Lift the left knee, lower it down. Strong half push up, and then lower the chest all the way to the mat. So arms coming to the outer edges, or forearms coming to the outer edges of the mat, and a gentle sway or wag of the tail. Glue the hips and the pubic bone into the mat. Squeeze through the glutes here. Pressing into those hands, feel the shoulders starting to want or starting to work without actually moving. Inhale, float the right arm and the left leg up, keep the left hip on the floor, pull the right elbow into the ribs, and then we release back into that start position. Left arm, squeeze the elbow into the upper body, right leg lifts, right hip bone stays on the floor. So those bony bits in the front, a triangular shape, your hip bones, your pubic bone. That triangular shape stays on the mat. You're stabilizing from the pelvis or with the pelvis. And then drawing one shoulder down further away from the ear, the elbow in. Activating those side back muscles and your upper back as well, working shoulders. So we're breathing in, lifting it up. And then exhaling, lowering down. Opposite left arm, right leg. Working on your coordination. If you want to leave the upper body out of it, you can. You can just squeeze the elbow in without lifting the chest. So if you've any neck issues or lower back issues, you've got the option to leave the forehead on the floor. Squeeze and release. Inhale, lift and squeeze and release. We got one more set. Breathe in, right arm, left leg. Lower it down, and then the left arm and the right leg. Lower it down, two arms down by your side, palms facing up. Inhale, right arm, left leg, lift the way they are. Flip that right palm as we lower down. Left arm, right leg lifts the way they are, and then flip the left palm as you lower. Right arm, flip it up, lift the left leg. If you need a bit of support, that hand that remains on the floor, you can add a slight push into it. If you don't, rely solely on your back strength. Stabilizing through the hips and the pelvis. We float up and then we lower with control. Breathe in, float. And then release it down. Inhale, float up. And then lower it down with control. Breathe in, right arm, left leg floats, flipping the palm up. Palm goes down. Inhale, left arm, right leg floats, and then lower it down. One more set like this. We're going to add to it and lower it down. Left arm. Lower it down. Okay. Forearms back in line or to the outer edges of the mat. Breathing in, we're going to lift, stretch the arms back, and then exhale, forearms back in place. So inhale, lift, stretch, and exhale. Adding to it slightly. Spread those fingers as you stretch back. Squeeze the fingers and the thumbs together as the forearms rest down. Breathing in, lengthen, stretch, separate the fingers. Exhale, squeeze the fingers and the thumbs. Breathe in, stretch, lifting through the chest. That Superman type feel or Superwoman type feel as we lift and lengthen from the crown of your head to the tailbone, and then lower it back down. Last two, lift it up and then release. This time hold it. So lift and hold, fingers spread. We're going to swim through the legs, up, down as fast as you can. Poker straight legs here. If you need to lower the chest, you can. Pointing through the toes, feel it in the glutes and the hamstrings. Last three. Last two, and last one. Lower the chest down. Hands come in underneath the shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale, push yourself up and reach the hips back. Add a bend of an elbow. So right elbow comes to the mat. Allow the head and the upper body join and then lift it up. Maybe rest your left ear on your left upper arm as you bend the left elbow. Kind of sending your head from arm to arm. As if it were a ball, you're hitting it to the right and to the left without too much effort. Bending one elbow and then lifting up, bending the opposite elbow and then lifting up. Last time with the left and then bring it up. Let's flip. Okay, over onto your bum. Starting off with spine stretch. So sitting in that lovely, comfortable, straight leg position with the legs a little wider than hip width apart. If you find this is so uncomfortable, start to bend the knees. You can even use something to sit on if you want to get that little bit higher. So even if your knees are bent, think of sending the back of the knees down to the floor. Even that feeling is enough to get an extra stretch in the hamstrings. Fingertips between the legs, chest is open. Send the breastbone forward, flex through the feet, deep breath in. Exhale, round forward, sending the belly down between the thighs. Now try this, breathe in, see if you can bend the elbows slightly closer to the floor, and then as you exhale, re-lengthen, rebuild, restack. We're going to reach up this time. Inhale, look up, reach up, adding a saw, right little finger, left little toe, look over the left shoulder, left palm up. Breathe in, reach up, look up. Exhale, saw the other way. So as you reach back with that right arm, send that left sit bone or the left sit bones to the floor. Inhale, we reach up. We're going to swan dive down or even Mexican wave down, fingertips to the floor. Breathe in again, bend the elbows. See if you can feel the stretch around the shoulder blades. Exhale, rebuild, restack, and re-lengthen. Chest is open, shoulders stacked over your hips. Inhale. Exhale, saw, right little finger, left little toe, drop those shoulders. See if you can send the backs of your knees closer to the floor without losing that tall posture in the middle, without lifting the sit bones. Inhale, ground down from the bum, and exhale, fall forward. Breathe in, see if you can bend those elbows. Maybe you can, don't worry if you can't. Exhale, rebuild, mid-spine, upper back, shoulders and ears in line over your sit bones. Breathe in, look up, reach up. Exhale, saw, look over the left shoulder. Maybe touch your little toe this time. Inhale, left little finger, right little toe, left sit bones on the floor. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips to the mat or out in front of your feet maybe. Inhale, bend the elbows. Feel that stretch deep in the lower back. Exhale, bring it in slowly and controlled. Chest is open, shoulders back and down. Breathe in, look up, reach up. Exhale, saw for the last time, look over that left shoulder. Breathe in, look up, reach up again. Exhale, saw the opposite way last time. And then lift. Let's reach the arms up, circle them around. Hands to the floor, point the toes. If you need to, you can bring the legs in closer. Lift the hips up, squeeze and tap the bum. Look down the center of the body as you lift and squeeze. So try not to drop that head back. Send the chest up towards the ceiling, look down, and then lower with control. Last 3, lift and squeeze, and lower down. 2 more, lift it up and squeeze, and lower down. 1 last time, lift up and squeeze, and lower it down. Soles of the feet together. So let's do seal. Hands, you send them in between the legs and you lift your ankles up. If you want, you can take hold of the inside of the feet from the outside of the feet. Now, if this is really uncomfortable for you, all you got to do is take hold of your knees. So starting off with the rolling. Breathe in, we rock back. Exhale, we rock up. If you got that bit down, add your clap like a seal. So you roll back, clap twice, roll up, clap twice. Breathe in, clap 1, 2, and then rock up. So that clap is to show you have control over the movement. The slower you go with the rolling, the harder it is, the more your tummy muscles have to kick in. Now, you want to keep that body in the same shape throughout. Even with the clap, your knees are staying in that same bend. Your arms are in the same bend. If there is a bend, clap, clap. 2 to go. And if you're struggling, you got that knee option to help you out. 1 more time, rock, clap, clap, and bring it up, clap, clap. Send the outer edges of the feet to the floor. Take hold of the toes. Pull the heels in as close to your hips as possible. Add a sway from right to left. So you're bouncing on your bum from right to left. And then allow those knees flutter like butterfly wings. At the same time, pull the chest forward, shoulders back and down. and then we release. Okay, soles of the feet outside the mat, and then you're going to pull those knees into each other. If you can, pull your heels to the outer edges of the hips. Now, if this is not accessible to you, don't worry. You can have this position. You can have the knees in towards each other, and you can just lean the upper body forward. So it's inward rotation of the hips. If you've got bad knees, don't force it. If you're with me, pull the heels in close to the hips, lean the upper body forward, and then if you can, release the arms, palms facing up, allow the head gravitate down towards the mat, towards those knees. So it is a stretch for the knees, but if it doesn't feel right, come out of it. You can add a gentle turn of the head from right to left. And then we lift it up. Okay, we're going to flip. So flip over onto your right side now. Let's start off long in side kick. So resting in a side sit-up position. Again, lots of options. If you need to bend the elbow underneath your head, you can. Send your right leg out in front, soft bend or straight leg, depending on how comfortable your hip is. Those hip bones, so they're called your ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine, they are in one straight line. So notice if this hip, your left hip is going back and forward. You want to engage the core to stop that from happening. Left leg floats up, engage your tummy muscles, press the right side of the ribs into the floor. Breathe in, we kick forward, breathe out, we pulse back twice. So point through the toes as you send that leg forward, push back with the heel twice. Breathe in, point, and breathe out, kick back. Now, hardest part of this exercise is keeping that side sit-up position still in the upper body. So imagine you're balancing something on your left elbow. You want to keep it there. Pressing into the right triceps into the floor, or pressing the right triceps into the floor. Send the leg further forward if you feel it's easy. Breathe in, we kick forward. Breathe out, we pulse back twice. Last 3, point, kick back, 2 more. Breathe in, point, and kick back. Last time, breathe in and breathe out. Reach down, take hold of your left foot. Send that right arm out long and then float the right leg slightly off the floor. Pull your left heel to your bum. Maybe bend the elbow. Feel that added bonus stretch of the left shoulder as you open through the left side of the chest. One more breath here. And then the 2 legs, we lengthen them out. Left hand to the hip. Lift the legs a little higher. Lower them down. Lift the head as well. So inhale, we lift. Look towards your feet. Lower down. If you feel off balance, you can send your right hand just out from the midline, out in front. It's going to give you that little cheat position. But if you're bony in the hips, you might need to do it straight away. You might need that right hand out in front as well. If you've got any neck issues, leave the head out of it. You're still working your obliques. So float and lower down. Inhale, float it up. And we lower with control. Inhale, float up. And lower down. Last 2. Lift and float. And lower. And one last time. Lift and float. And lower down. Position the head whatever way is comfortable. Bend elbow or make a pillow or maybe even a long arm. From here, we're going to lift the left knee, kick it out, tap the foot, lower down. So climb but with a twist. So we inhale, lift, kick, tap and close. Lift, kick, tap and close. Again, don't open that knee too far. Keep those hip bones as in line as possible. So there might be a slight drop back from that left hip, but the movement is quite quick. So kick it out, but still imagine you're kicking through something resistant. So you're kicking through water and then you're lowering down. So lift, kick, tap, lower. 3 more. Kick, tap, lower. Last 2. Kick, tap, and lower. 1 more time. Lift, kick, tap, and lower. From here, bend the 2 knees into your chest. Reach your arms out, palms together, and then open your book, sending that right arm back. So if you have space, straight arm or cactus the arm, like me if you want, dropping down onto the back of your head. If you want to go further, bend your left knee in closer to your right arm, and you can take hold of the left foot with your right hand. Yes, that's it. Left foot with your right hand, or you can have your right hand to the back of the left leg. So by straightening through that left leg, you're getting that lovely stretch on the outside of the thigh, going into the hip, the glutes, holding here, breathing into the stretch. And one more breath. And then we release back to the start. Okay, over on, or stay on your right side. Right forearm comes out in front. So your hand is out in front of the lower ribs, or even maybe in front of the belly, but you might have to play around with it. Left hand to your hip. So keep the knees bent. We come up, pulse twice, lower it down. Come up, pulse twice, and lower it down. Come up, pulse twice, and lower down. Come up, pulse twice, and lower it down. One last time like this. Come up, pulse twice, and lower it down. So we're gonna add an arm circle. We're gonna come up, circle that left arm all the way around, tap the knee, and bring it down. So breathing in, we circle, opening it up, and then lowering down. You can leave out part of the exercise if you feel it's too much. Circle all the way around, lower down. Two more, those obliques constantly working as the knees are pulled into the chest, and lower last time. Lift, circle, tap, and lower. From here, flip over onto your belly. Forearms are on the mat, single leg kick. So elbows ideally in line with your shoulders. Spread those fingers, press into the forearms, pull the chin in so you're not jutting that chin or neck out. Pull it in, long spine, point the toes. Legs may be a little wider than hip width apart, that triangular hip region with your pubic bone, glue it to the floor. Breathe in, kick twice, and extend. Left leg, kick, kick, and release. Breathe in, kick, kick, and release. Kick, kick again, and release. Keep pressing that pelvic region into the mat. Keep the kick going. Posture is strong. Use your hands. Press into the little fingers, the thumbs, and then the base of the fingers and the fingertips. Notice the wrist tension or the feelings in the wrist as you do this. This is strengthening the wrist. And release. Left leg and kick. Let's do two more sets. Kick, kick, and release. Left leg and release. One more. Kick, kick, and release. And left and release. Hands come wide, elbows up. From here, we're going to peel the chest up. Inhale, bend your right knee, lift a little higher, and then extend and lower. If this is too much, opposite side, you don't have to come up as high as me. You can leave the leg out and work on that chest, upper back, and wrist strengthening. But if you are bending your knee, you're going to feel that lengthening in the quadriceps, the shortening in the hamstrings and the glutes as we peel up. Extension of the spine and then lowering down with control. There should be no discomfort in that lower back. If there's any crunching or anything that doesn't feel right, come out of it, ease out of the exercise. You have lots of options. You can have the hands out further. If you need to, use the entire hand rather than the fingertips. You can have the elbows on the floor to help you if that works better. And lower down. Left leg lifts. And then we release down. One more set. Inhale. Bend through the right knee. Press the thigh into the floor and extend. And then bend through the left knee. Lift it up and extend. Hands in underneath the shoulders, deep breath in. Push yourself up. Simple cat-cow now. So knees in underneath your hips. Hands in line with your shoulders. Breathe in, lift through the head and the chest. Extension of the spine again. A little bit more dramatic. Tuck the tail into that round, angry cat. Push the floor away. Tuck the chin in. Breathe in, lift through the head and the chest. Belly dips, bum rises. And then exhale, dramatically ripple the spine. And tuck the chin in. One last time. Inhale, lifting through the head, the chest, the belly dips. And exhale, round like an angry cat. Push the floor away. All right, over onto your left side now. Side kick to start with. resting on left tricep, our left triceps. Okay, now left leg comes out in front. You can bend the knee if you need to. Right leg in line with your spine. Right hand to the back of the head as well. Point through the toes, engage your core. Inhale, kick forward. Exhale, pulse back twice. Breathe in, point, and breathe out, push it back. Inhale, point, kick forward. Exhale, push back twice. So again, it's about keeping that upper body steady as well as working on your legs and your stability in your pelvis. So pressing the left side of the rib cage into the floor. Left triceps. Imagine you're balancing something on the right elbow. Keeping it there. Kicking back twice. Breathe in, point. Breathe out, kick the leg back. Breathe in, point. And breathe out, kick it back. Last 3. 2 more. And then last one. Okay, long left arm. And you're going to rest or take hold of your right foot. Extend through the left leg. If you want, you can balance the left leg up off the floor. Bend through the right elbow. Feel that stretch in the front of the right shoulder. Take your time coming into it. Feel the stretch. Hold it. Breathe into it. And then release back down. Okay, flip your left palm to the mat and then place your right hand on your hip. So you're going to breathe in, lift up, and then lower back down. Lift up, look towards your feet, and lower back down with control. Lift up, look towards the feet, and release back down. So again, you've got your added help if you need to. You can send that left forearm out in front, or you can leave the head out of it if you have any neck issues. So lift. You've got the help of the right hand if you need it there. You can place it out in front. And lower back down. Lift up. And release back down. Inhale. Float up. Feel the obliques on the right side working. And lower. 2 to go. Lift up. And then last one. Lift up. And lower down. From here, bend the knees. You can prop your head up, or you can do whatever you want with that upper body. Make sure that the neck is comfortable. So good, strong hold of your right hip. Lift the right knee, tap it out, tap the foot, lower down. Lift, kick, tap the foot, lower down. Lift, kick, tap your left foot, lower down. Lift, kick, tap, lower. Lift, kick, tap and lower. That's it. Keep it going. Keep those hips as in line as you can. Feel it in the obliques, deep in that right hip. And your right hip may be a little bit more tired than the left. So you might feel it more on this side. Kick, tap, lift, kick out through water. Bend and tap. 2 more. Kick it out. Foot. And then bring it back. Kick. And last one. Okay, give your hip a little hit or a rub if you need to. Left forearm comes out in front. So starting off, right hand to the hip. Push into that left forearm. We bring it up, add a pulse, and then lower down. 4 more like this. Add a pulse and lower down. Feel it deep in the obliques on your right side. Lower down. 2 to go. Come up and lower. Last one like this. Now we add an arm circle. So we lift, circle with that right arm, tap the knee and bring it back. Lift, circle, open, tap and bring it back. 3 more. Lift, circle, tap the leg and lower. 2 more. Circle, feel those obliques working throughout that lifted movement. And last one, lift, circle, tap and bring it down. Okay, 2 knees, bend them into your chest. 2 hands out in front, right hand on top of the left. Open your book, bring it all the way back, or you can cactus the arm if you're a bit of, if you haven't got enough space like me. Okay, so with your right leg, if you want, take hold of your right foot with your left hand, pulling and lengthening through that right leg, or else just place your hand on the side of the right leg. Allow the back of the head meet the floor. Holding this stretch, breathing deeply into the right side of the body. Let the head go. resting and twisting and stretching all at the same time. One more deep breath in, and then release your right knee, close your book, pushing yourself up. We're going to swing those legs forward. So feet flat on the floor, hands to the backs of the legs, lift through the chest, find length here. Now, if you need the help of the arms, you can go down halfway and then come back the whole way. Or if you want, you can do the full version. So hands start off at the back of your legs. Breathing in, we drop down off the sit bone. So your option is to stay here, or you come all the way down with me, reach the arms up and over. And then we come all the way back up again. So inhale, arms over, exhale, bring it up. Faster than the roll up. You're going to feel those tummy muscles working, every part of them. And exhale. So you got the option to have the hands help you on the way up or on the way down. So it's a full sit up, but the movement should be smooth. Using that Pilates breath to help you up. Strong, tall posture at the top. Arms up and over, and then use the breath to come all the way up. So you've got the option to do a half version, halfway down, hold, and then bring it back up. Last two. Roll it down, arms over, and then bring it back up. And last one. Roll it down and bring it back up. From here, hands to the backs of the legs. Make sure you've mat to roll back onto. Roll onto the mat and extend the legs up towards the ceiling. So arms down by your side. If you want, you can slip the hands or the thumbs in underneath the lower back. So we're going to peel up a little bit, lower down. Do this again 2 more times. See how it feels. Keep the length in the neck. And now from here, jackknife. So it's a big one. You're going to shoot the legs straight up towards the ceiling and then bring it down, but keep the legs in the same shape. So you can have a soft bend in the knees. We shoot the legs straight up and then bring it straight down. You're not bending your knees on the way down. Keep them straight. That's the hard part. Now, if you find it's impossible to shoot those legs up towards the ceiling, stick with the reverse curl. Now, I have my fingertips on the floor to help me, but if you need the entire hand, you can use that. You can have your hands in underneath your bum. But look at your knees. Make sure they're not bending on the way down. Rolling. So you're peeling the lower back up, shooting the legs up like a jackknife and lower down. Last two, lift and lower. One more. Lift it up and lower it down. Bend the knees, feet flat on the floor. Arms a little wide from the body with the palms facing up. Tuck the chin in. Breathe in, we press the lower back down. Breathe out, we peel the spine up. As you do, make 2 fists with your hands. Come all the way up. Lift those heels up. And then as you release the spine, slowly in control, keep those heels up. Keep those fists with your hands. And at the very end, release the heels, release the fingers. Breathe in, press the lower back down. Breathe out, push with the feet, make those fists. Lift the heels up straight away. Come all the way up, inhale. And then exhale, keep the fists, keep the heels up as you lower down. When that lower back meets the mat, release the hands, release the heels. Breathe in, press the lower back down. Make 2 fists, lift those heels, peel the spine up, squeeze through the glutes, keep the knees steady. Inhale at the top, exhale, release the spine down, slowly and controlled. And when that lower back meets the floor, release the heels, release the hands. One more time, breathe in, press the lower back down. Lift the heels, make 2 fists, peel the spine up. Keep the length in the neck. Inhale at the top. Exhale, release the spine slowly and controlled. Release the heels, release the hands. Draw the knees into the chest. Gentle rock from side to side. Allow the head to join in too. From here, lift through the upper body. We're going to extend the legs towards a high light switch. Maybe a little lower if you feel strong. You're going to scissor the legs as well. So stretch the arms out straight. Start pulsing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now on the next inhale, drop the right leg down towards the skirting board and then lift it up on the exhale. Left leg, drop it and then lift it up. That lower back does not lift from the floor. If it is, don't go as low with the leg, or you can bend the knees. You can have your hands to the back of the head if you're struggling with the neck. And bring it up. Keep those arms strong. The movement comes from the shoulders not from the wrists and not from the elbows. One last set, right leg drops, lift it up, and then the left leg drops and lift it up. Bend the knees in, lower the head, rock from side to side, let everything slow down, release the arms, release the legs, maybe circle the wrists, the elbows, the knees, the ankles, the feet, the toes, whatever feels good. Get rid of any clicks. And then allow the body, allow those limbs find a space of rest by themselves. Allow your head to feel heavy on the mat. Let go of any tension in the core, in the lower back. And allow yourself this couple of minutes. Close the eyes, maybe even smile. Letting go of any tension in the muscles, the heavy bones. Just everything slowing down. So noticing the weight of your arms and legs, noticing the weight of the head. Allow them to melt into the mat as if the mat is opening up and welcoming those heavy arms, your heavy legs, and your heavy head in. Allow that breath to move freely through the body, filling up everything with some positivity, some positive energy. And then as you breathe out, release anything that's letting you go right now. Breathing in the good, letting go of anything holding you back on the exhale. Allowing your mind move with the breath. Allowing everything to slow. Let go on every level. Now wriggling through your fingers and your toes. If your legs are bent or your knees are bent, stretch the legs out straight on the mat. Reach your arms overhead, entwine the fingers and flip the palms behind you. Take a deep breath in, reaching and stretching. And breathe out with a sigh through the mouth. Doing this again one more time. Deep breath in, stretching from both ends of the body. And breathe out, let it go. Draw the knees into your chest one at a time, giving yourself a cuddle, rocking from side to side. Allow the head, the back of the skull, join into. And then slip the hands to the backs of the legs. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, rock up into a seated position. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.